Okay, we are back. And now you will all see the dilemma we are in. Yeah, warriors can equip bows, but we can't use them. Which right now, that's not we're not really having much issue with it. The issue is it's taking forever to kill this little guy before we could just two-shot him. Oh, beautiful! That was so quick. Thank God. Okay, so for situations like this, we equip the shield, and then the last weapon that we got before the shield was the short sword here. But now you all see why guns and bows are going to be the bane of our existence here. You know, even though us warriors can equip bows and arrows and crossbows, that there is no auto shoot feature. We can equip them, but we can't use them. Which, you know, Blizzard, if you're out there watching, what's up with that? How come we can technically equip them, but we can't use them? Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. It's like giving someone a car, but they can't drive, you know? And back in the early days of World of Warcraft, like, you know, back during Classic and stuff, warriors could use bows, as in they could actually auto-shoot and stuff, but they had since gotten rid of the ability. And so, Blizzard, care to explain yourself? Did you just forget that warriors could use bows and arrows? But now they cannot? Blizzard, got some explaining to do. I mean, so Blizzard, they do forget a few things every now and then, you know, like, maybe they meant to fully get rid of the capability for warriors to use ranged weapons. They took away auto shot and they just called it a day. But I mean, we can still use them. I don't know. That's just part of the challenge, I guess.
McGraw, may your blades never dull.
And I will say, as a part of the challenge, don't get used to your weapons. Weapons change so quickly during the challenge. How's my camera? Is the camera good? Yeah, we're looking good. And I do have a plan in mind for dungeons and stuff, but we'll get into that when we get to the dungeons. Which will be for a few more episodes. I want to do 15-minute episodes because, you know, it's not easy for people to watch and stuff. But, you know, we'll see in the future because, oh, here we go. Thanks for your time, boots, but we got these new boots, and new is better. there goes that thought process I was having. What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh yeah, so 15 minutes to me is a good amount of time because if you see a 30-minute video on YouTube, I think that's a long commitment, 30 whole minutes. And I know you can, stop watching and come back to the videos later, but I don't know, a 15-minute video is easier to ingest, I guess, is the word I would use. But length is definitely something that's subject to change. I might need to do some amount of grinding off camera, maybe, possibly. Like, if it's the end of an episode and I get a bow, and it's gonna be a while before we get a quest, we get a new weapon, I will probably do some off-camera grinding. Just to save you all the time of watching me beat up things. Which, I mean, we are an orc, we do have big, rippling orc muscles. Lug ain't scared to punch something. I could definitely see the videos being a bit boring if it is just me punch, 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 And I do have plans on recording other content as well. Like, I'm not going to be a pure World of Warcraft channel. I'm going to diversify it a bit.
Brawl Hall.
Mokra, strength and honor. Greetings. Fight well, friend.
So if you ever feel useless... Oh, these aren't as bad. Potions have gotten bad. Because, like, a superior healing potion heals for 2. Like, Blizzard really messed up the scaling. And I'm kind of dogging on Blizzard a lot. Ugh, excuse me. I do realize that I'm dogging on them a little bit here. Blizzard's messing up. Blizzard's doing bad. Blizzard, blah, blah, blah. I do enjoy World of Warcraft, don't get me wrong. I still love it. It's still fun. Just, I feel like no matter what the game is, there's gonna be a few little nitpicks. Arc Raiders, for example. I loved Arc Raiders. Like, back when I first started playing it, back when I played it fairly regularly, I loved the game. It's a beautiful game. The gameplay is decent. I love the ability that the AI learns from previous experiences. The one complaint I do have is, and this is like just the dumbest complaint you can have about a game like Arc Raiders, is the PvP aspect. Like, people cheese it so much, like, when I'm going to an extract, right, and someone's hiding in the shadows like a cat, they, shoot, thanks for the gear, nerd. It's like, dude, I'm playing the game, you're just camping, The point of the game is to play the game, not just to sit in one spot and doom scroll while you wait for people to show up with loot. And I know people out there are gonna say, well, that's how your game is played. That's how your game is played, bro. Just say you don't want to play the game.
Miel, spirits be with ya.
Alright, let me just boppity bop. Get some more room up in her. Okay, 3 more levels until the challenge becomes a lot more tolerable. Right now it's not bad. Just, you know, hopefully we don't get any of those bows or guns. As long as we avoid ranged weapons, the challenge is not bad. And I will say, a bit of a feels bad man is, you know, we're a Fury Warrior, but we rarely have access to Rampage, which is, you know, the big warrior, Fury Warrior ability. And maybe if we're lucky, Blizzard will see this challenge and they'll think, why can't warriors equip bows and arrows? What's going on here? What are we doing? Carl? They're useless. Like, maybe Blizzard will at least give warriors auto shoot back so they're not useless? Or maybe they'll just sit back with a cup of coffee watching us struggle. Get a load of this nerd. He's using a bow as a warrior. The fool doesn't realize we enjoy his pain. and you know, so warriors, since I started playing, have always been one of my favorite classes. Like, my first ever tank was a Fury Warrior. My first ever Horde main was a Tauren Warrior back in Warlords of Draenor. Warriors have always been my favorite melee class. Which, yeah, I do realize that is a bit boring, you know, like, warriors are the quintessential class in every MMORPG, you know. There's always some big old meathead. Me punch, me stab, me slash. I'm a warrior! And I think in the, oh lordy, oh excuse me, sorry about that. I think in the future, I am going to, like when I do Burning Crusade and Cataclysm and stuff like that, I will do allied races.
Hello, ma. Just remember.
Just so we can skip the starter zone.
Greetings, ma.
And you know, speaking of starter zones, I do need to investigate Draenei and Blood Elf starter zones because I've been they got an update. Which if that's pretty needed, by the way. Right? Because, like, so, you know, for the Draenei, if you never played the Draenei class before, their whole thing is they're aliens that crash landed on Azeroth. And, you know, back during Burning Crusader and it was recent content, oh, that makes sense. But now you play it, right, and you think, but wait, I was a gnome earlier, and in Stormwind, there's a future 9 NPCs already there. You know, how can we maybe recently discovered alien race, but already have established connections on Azeroth? Like, the Blood Elves, in a way, make a bit more sense, just given, you know, the connection with High Elves and stuff. You could just say, oh, they're just High Elves. Hey, buddy. We are in a race against the clock right now, I would say. Because we are at the point, if we get a ranged weapon, things are gonna suck. And again, level 10 makes ranged weapons not as much of an issue. There's still an issue, they're just not as much. And again, we'll get into that when we get there. What is the time looking like right now? Ooh, we are overtime. I'll see you on the next video.